Hi, I'm Eric Kent, 3rd and 4th Gen Tech here at BMR Suspension. And over the past few months, you've seen us transform our totally stock 2002 Camaro Z28 into a daily driver that's equally at home at the track. Instead of just diving right in and building a full-blown race car, we decided to break it down and show you the steps it takes to obtain several levels of performance along the way. We're happy to announce that Phase 1 is now complete. The first phase of the build was based around a budget of $5,000. The goal was to put a combination together that was equally at home on the street and the track. All the modifications were made to the car with performance, budget, and NVH in mind. There were 4 parts to this phase of the build: exhaust, suspension, wheels and tires, and brakes. All of the parts were picked prior to the start of the build, so we knew our budget would stay on track. This also made for heated debates over how we should spend the money. Some wanted more suspension components, while others wanted more power. In the end, we decided to make upgrades that would serve as a solid foundation to build on as the project progresses. After the introduction of the project, we quickly ditched the old rusted stock exhaust. We replaced it with a set of stainless steel long tube headers from Texas Speed and Performance. We also installed the Rumbler True Dual exhaust system. This gave the car an awesome sound at low RPM and wide open throttle. Next came the suspension. We ditched the factory springs, sway bars, panhard bar, and shocks. These were replaced with BMR's SP001 lowering springs, SB026 adjustable sway bars, PHR002 adjustable panhard bar, and TA001 adjustable torque arm, as well as Coney Sport Yellow adjustable shocks. With the suspension upgraded, we turned our attention to the rolling stock. The factory 16-inch wheels were chucked for a set of OE Wheels C7 replicas. We wrapped the wheels in Falcon Nazzini's 615K 200 treadwear tires. The front wheels measure 18 by 9.5 inches with 275/35/18 tires. The rears measure 18 by 10.5 with 315/30/18s. The most recent installment was focused around the brakes with our 4th Gen. We added centric replacement rotors, Hawk HP Plus brake pads, and Russell stainless steel brake lines. With the install completed and the brakes bedded in, we headed back to the Florida International Rally and Motorsports Park to see what difference, if any, the new brakes made. The increase in bite was instantly noticeable. The Hawk HP Plus brake pads also had significantly higher heat threshold than the stock pads, which meant we could push the car harder into the braking zones. The firm is rough on brakes, as it is a short circuit with tight turns and only one significant straight. This means the brakes do not get adequate time to cool between most braking zones. The Hawk pads and centric rotors handled the increased speed in the braking zones well. Brake feel was consistent and extremely repeatable. This gives the driver more confidence to push the car hard into the corners each lap. The increased braking capability also netted a 4-second reduction in lap times over our last outing. This is extremely impressive. But the downside is, we nearly used up the entire set of new brake pads in one outing. On track, it was routine to see the rotors glowing red at the end of the main straight, which sees a speed reduction of nearly 70 miles per hour. Slowing down a nearly 3,700-pound car that quickly is going to be hard on brakes. No matter how you look at it, the car's overall performance is incredible considering it can be driven to and from the track. As we get into Phase 2 of this build, our focus will begin to change. The modifications will be less centered around a daily drivable car and made as if it was a secondary car. This will allow us to get away from the NVH concerns and focus more on increasing performance. We will add power, reduce weight, further increase suspension capabilities, and improve the car's stopping power, all while keeping it completely streetable. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, because next time you see our Camaro, we'll be diving into Stage 2 of our build.